Hello, and welcome to Japanese craft beer reviews. And today we're going to begin a series of 11 beers from Y Market. And Y Market Brewing is in Nagoya, Japan, right in the center of the country. And they started in 2014. There was a lot of buzz when they opened up at first. And in fact, in 2014, they were the RateBeer Best New Brewery or New Brewer in Japan. And so there was a lot of interest in them. They were making really interesting beers, and they haven't stopped since then. And they put out a lot of beers, many different types of beers. The brewer is kind of adventurous. His name is Kachi Makoto, and he had worked for Kisoji Beer in Nagano Prefecture before branching out on his own. And he soon hired another fairly well-known brewer in Japan named Nakanishi, who came out of Isekadoya in Mie Prefecture. And together they've crafted quite a lineup of beers. They're always putting out new things. And the name Y Market comes from the location of their original brew house, which was in Yanagi Bashi Market in Nagoya. And but they have opened up a new brewery, their Nishi or West Brewery, and it's a larger system, and so apparently they're able to do a lot more nowadays. The beer we're going to look at, 11 beers we're going to look at. You can see the picture at the beginning, and these are all more or less fairly recent beers from them, and we're going to look at them in order of alcohol percentage. So we'll start with a very light American Session IPL, and that will be up next. So let's look at these interesting beers from Y Market. All right, well, let's take a look at a nice beer from Y Market, and this is the fifth one in our series of 11, and it's called Y Market Loop Station Red. You can see the label there, Y Market Loop Station Red, and this is an American red ale, and actually I don't think there is such a style, American red ale. We'd probably simply call it a red ale. And 5.5% alcohol and 17.6 international bittering units. And the name, I wasn't quite sure what the name, a lot of their names are unusual, and it seems like they just have a kind of interior sense of what they want to name a beer, and it doesn't really matter to how intelligible it is to the outside world. My immediate sense was loop station might mean a loop line, for example, a train station on a loop line that goes around the city, like say Osaka or Tokyo, that have a loop line going around. But no. This has a sense of like a musician, a single musician who has pre-recorded musical pieces on loops, and you keep on endlessly repeating the same loop as you are singing, so you can add this loop and that loop and keep building up music. I've seen some musicians do this where they begin a loop and then add a second one and a third one, and it starts producing a piece of music, and then they start singing to it. And what they hope is that the malt flavors and the hops loop endlessly, of course, in your mouth, and you get the sense of flavors endlessly looping around. The hops in this are Simcoe, Centennial, Mosaic, and Equinot, and it has no ratings on RateBeer. It's too new. On Untapped, it has 21 ratings, an average of 3.63 out of 5. And so I think we should just give this one a go. American, they call it American Red Ale. I guess that would be opposed to a more standard, something like an Irish Red Ale. Certainly not a Flanders Red, but oh my goodness, these things are exploding out of the can. I don't know what happened, how they got shipped here. Okay, let's give it a go. Okay, well, it certainly looks like a red ale. It is kind of reddish, sort of reddish brown, and fairly clear. Let's put it through the light. Got about a half to a finger of light tan head. Okay, carbonation. Not readily apparent. Okay, the aroma, well, my goodness. Yeah. It does have a very citrusy sort of opening. Maybe some tropical pineapple for sure. Some tropical fruit in there. The flavor has distinct caramel. Toasty malt. Yeah, great citrus notes melding with the caramel, the toasted caramel malt here. This is very nice. It seems like a baby kind of Cascadian dark. It has those elements, kind of sour, citrusy, the kind of toasted or burnt malt, but yeah, it's interesting. I think we could call it. I suppose in terms of the hops, most of the hops here, we could call it an American Red. Yeah. Very pleasant. So you might want to give this one a try. Again, this is called Loop Station Red, and it's a red ale, 5.5%, 17.6 international bitter units from Wine in Nagoya. Give them a go. Get on their website, and you can find a lot of their beers that are available for sale, and give them a try. Okay, if you live in Japan. I don't believe they're exporting right now. So that's it for today. We're going to look at more wine market beers coming up, and I hope you'll tune in for those. Take care. Bye-bye.